Hi friends and family. In this video today I will be sharing about the difficulty with breathing that comes along with COVID. If you have tested positive for COVID, you are a family member, hopefully this will be helpful to you. And if you know someone that has the virus, please share with them so that this information can get to them and hopefully be helpful to them. So, from my experience, and that's all I can share is from my own experience with the coronavirus, it took about less than a week for me to develop pneumonia. And I did go into the hospital, got x-rays, and that's how I know I had pneumonia, but I was able to come home. So just to share with you quickly a couple of things that I was doing and that I changed since then. I was sleeping flat. That's one error that I was making. I spoke of this in another video. Make sure that you are not sleeping flat, whether if you're sleeping on your bed or on the couch or wherever you sleep. Make sure you stack up those pillows and kind of like if you were in a hospital bed and they sit you up so that you're sleeping kind of sitting up instead of laying flat. Don't allow yourself to sleep laying flat. Stack up those pillows, whatever is behind you, so that you can sleep in almost a sitting position, and that will help to prevent pneumonia. Also, I've heard as far as sleeping, in the hospitals they've started doing it, and also just suggesting to people that if you're having difficulty breathing, to lay on your stomach. And it may be uncomfortable and may be hard to sleep like that, but to lay on your stomach to kind of allow air to travel to that back part of your lungs. So when you start having difficulty breathing, it can be pretty scary. Maybe you've heard people describe that. It is pretty scary not being able to breathe or feeling like you can't breathe. So you may feel just a lot of pain in your back. I'll explain to you what I was feeling. Just a lot of pain in my back area, on my sides, and then of course in my chest. I could hear myself, like the crackling in my lungs. I could hear that I was not breathing okay, and I could definitely feel that I was not breathing normally the way it should be, and it is a bit scary, but at the time you're just really concentrating on breathing. And I was so tired, so extremely exhausted, that I was really just sleeping. That's all I could really do. The only time I got up was to go to the restroom, and I had to convince myself to get up and go to the restroom. Which is a little bit of a walk for me from my room to where the restroom is. So that's how much it was hurting, hard to get up, hard to breathe. But suggestions to do yourself, that's what I was doing. I also was not eating and was not drinking. Now, that was an error as well. All these things that I'm saying that I was doing were my mistakes that I'm hoping you can correct and then do something differently. So I wouldn't cough when I was laying down. Like I said, it was just very shallow breathing. But as soon as I got up, I would start coughing. And to me, that was it was painful to cough. Not in my throat. I didn't have a scratchy throat or a sore throat or anything. It was painful in my lungs, in my back, and my sides to cough. It just hurt to cough. And so I kind of didn't want to cough. But actually coughing is good with pneumonia. It kind of opens up, sends air into your lungs. So you want to be coughing. So a couple things that you can do differently than I did. One is the sleeping. 2, keep moving. Keep moving is the key. Even though it might even feel like you are going to faint, to that extent, hold on to the walls while you're walking, hold on to something. Just be careful when you're walking around, but try to get moving. And that's kind of what they had me do at the hospital, is even though my breathing was, my oxygen levels were not good when I was laying down, they, how they tested whether I should go home or not, is had me get up and just, even though it was slowly, just walk around while I was being monitored, so that they could see if my oxygen level increased from walking, and it did. Try to just do a little bit more walking. We're not talking like walk around the block or anything, just like slowly around your room. Careful. It may be painful and may feel like you're going to pass out, but just get up just a few times a day even, and walk around so that you can get oxygen in your lungs, and just keep moving as much as possible. It may not be a lot. It may not be a lot of movement, but just, try to sit up. Try not to be laying down all day. Try to at least sit up. And also try to, now if you make that change and you're sitting up while you're sleeping, you will see the difference it makes. So hopefully you catch this video before you start having difficulty breathing, so that you can make that change already. If you're having any symptoms at all from COVID, or even if you tested positive, if you think you were exposed and you're not having any symptoms, but you feel like maybe you could have gotten sick somewhere, start sleeping in the sitting up position already. I mean, it's not going to hurt you. Start sleeping, or turn around and sleep on your stomach if you can, to get that air flowing. I know for me, when I would try to turn like to the side to sleep, or in any other position other than just like straight forward, it was painful. Like I felt like I couldn't breathe. So I was sleeping just like that, but I did switch to the couch, and that improved so much with putting pillows there. So I know I said a lot about the pillows, but to me that's just so important. Another super important thing is staying calm, because like I said, it can be scary and you can start freaking yourself out, just feeling like you can't breathe, and so you can just like, feel your heart pounding and just start scaring yourself and getting worried. So what I encourage you is, if you can, just try to calm yourself down, whether it's peaceful music, whether it's a soft prayer to yourself, whether it's just, I can't even say take a deep breath at that moment, because there's no deep breath to be had. It's just shallow breathing at that point. So although it may be scary, just try to allow yourself to calm down. Just repeat to yourself, I'm okay, I'm going to be alright, I'm breathing, everything will be fine. Just try to encourage yourself in that moment that it will be okay. Don't freak out. Stay calm is one of the tips. Another one is to get checked. If you, like I said, I did go into the hospital because I was concerned about my breathing, and it was difficult to breathe. So I just wanted to make sure that I was okay, or check and see if everything was okay. And that is when I found out that I had pneumonia. So I was able to make those changes in knowing that. So if you, and I shared this in another video, this oximeter that I got on Amazon for like $30, came the next day with Prime. You turn it on, you stick it on your hand like this, and you check your oxygen level and your heart rate. That is helpful. I didn't have this at the time, so but I got it recently. So but now my breathing is improving. It's a lot better, so I don't need it as much. But at the time, it would have been helpful to have. So I encourage you to get one of these if it is showing low, or if you're just feeling like a lot of pressure in your chest, you can't breathe. And don't wait. Go and get checked out. It'll just bring you peace of mind, family peace of mind, and it will, it hopefully can prevent tragedy from doing that. So don't wait. I mean, if you're having a little bit of difficulty breathing, you're probably fine. But if you just really feel like, no, it's not okay, go to the hospital, get checked out. It'll be safer that way. So one other thing that you can do, that friend suggested that they had pneumonia and they were explaining to me they had the coronavirus, and also I've seen doctors suggest it. I didn't see it prior to being sick, but I've seen it now since, is some breathing exercises. Let me explain to you. You're supposed to hold your breath, take a deep breath, hold your breath for 5 seconds, and then let out a cough when after those 5 seconds. And I'll try to demonstrate it for you, and welcome to laugh if I don't make it to the 5 seconds, but you'll see how you're supposed to do it. Like I said, I might not make it to the 5 seconds. Before, though, I couldn't make it to like 1 second without, I just couldn't hold my breath that long. But now, we'll see how long, I can get to. So, 5 seconds in, you breathe in, hold it for 5 seconds, and then you let out a cough after that. So try not to cough on you. Okay, so it's a dry cough. That cough doesn't have to be like that, but just like, just kind of like force a cough, and then what it does is it allows air to like fill the lungs. So you're supposed to do that 5 times. They're just like breathing exercises. Do that. Of course, don't cough on anybody. Do it when you're alone. And I would do it without a mask. So do it when you're alone in your room, and you can let out those coughs and let that air into your lungs. So build up on those practices. What I heard from a doctor is that, a doctor online, is that you can even start those breathing practices before you have the coronavirus, before you have any symptoms, just starting to build up your lungs even prior to. So that's something that you can start even now, even if you haven't tested positive for COVID or if you don't have any symptoms. So this is a video on breathing. Hopefully some of these suggestions help. I hope that you implement especially the change in your sleeping, do the breathing exercises, stay calm, and keep moving. Oh, one thing I forgot. Jeez, it's so important. One thing is to stay hydrated. We did another video on that, but drink as much water and Gatorade, Powerade as you can, something with electrolytes. When I developed pneumonia, I had not been taking in liquids. I know it's dumb, but I hadn't been, just because I was not hungry and just didn't feel like drinking anything, just didn't want anything, plus my stomach was hurting. So, but don't drink soda, don't drink other like sugary things. Drink Powerade, Gatorade, or water, combination of those. I just stocked up again. I am feeling so much better. Today's like day 26 of having the coronavirus, I think, and still have symptoms, but I am hoping to get tested soon so that I can see whether I test positive or negative right now. But to tell you the truth, I'm still having difficulty breathing. I am not 100%, and it might not be for a while, just because I can feel like just being up and walking around for a while is tiring. It's tiring, and I can feel it in my breath. It's difficult. So I am hoping, and I'm praying for you, that you are not going to have the symptoms that I had. But if you do, if you have difficulty breathing, which so many with the coronavirus do, I hope that you will put these into practice, and hopefully it will make a difference. And hopefully you'll feel better real soon. Thanks. God bless.